So welcome to another unboxing video from theplayersaid.com and the first official unboxing on the brand new table. So today we're taking a look at Stalingrad Besieged, and this is by Lou Pulsifer, is how I believe it's pronounced. That is the design that's put out by Worthington. Just came out early 2020. And this is a two-player game, as you might imagine, about the Siege of Stalingrad. So this is an abstracted war game. We'll kind of see. It can be played one player, but really you're going to want to play this two-player, I believe. It's very simple to learn, apparently, and it plays in under an hour. What we'll do is we'll crack it open, take a look at what we get, and kind of go through a few bits and pieces. So it's a nice box. Worthington puts out, good chunky boxes. They're very thick as well. Something slightly different from other war games. We have the rules, which look to be... Okay, alright. That is an addendum, so we will look at that here in a second. So the rules pamphlet, I mean, this really is a very small, kind of A5 at best. 16 pages. Those are option card explanations and some unit charts. Alright, so I mean, yeah, it's like 13, 14 pages of rules, but half of it's diagrams, and this should be a very quick game to learn. There is an addendum to the rules. This is just printed on a piece of bifold paper. So this looks like, alright. Version 1.1 with updates highlighted in gold. So this has setup, and it looks like there's some bits in gold that were updates, so that's probably fairly important. We'll check that out as well. And then everything else in here we have, okay, alright, there's a few bits and pieces. So we have a board, and we'll just open this board. It's a small board. I believe this is, well, this looks like, and it goes this way around. This looks like it's 17 by 22. 22, yeah. 17 by 22. Is that correct? Does that seem right? Seems right. Okay. And basically the board is divided into these three sections, and then there's a grid overlay. The grid's fairly large, and there's a turn track at the bottom. And obviously with the Volga being on this side, you're going to have the Russians over here, and then the Germans over here. But that's it. That's what's on the board. You have this nice historical map with the grid overlaid on it. I enjoy that. I like that. That's an aesthetic I like in maps. But a lot of this is going to have counters or cards or blocks over the top of it. So if you're using the cards, especially, they're quite big. You're not going to see a lot of the map underneath anyway. It's mainly just a grid for functionality's sake. Everything else in the box is a couple of play aids. And this goes through German replacement type units, Russian same type units as well. Some different card actions maybe. And then on the back we have a rules summary and a small sequence of play at the end. So these are identical, so each player can have one, which, I mean, the rules are not taxing, but having a play aid, we should eventually be able to play just off of this. No big deal. Now, this is where the game gets a little bit interesting for me, because I believe, there's some trash here, I believe the game can be played in three different ways, but it's the same, function. And what I mean by that is, you can either play with the units as cards, and you have the cards face down, or you can play as these massive oversized counters, which are really cool, and you have those face down, because there's some blindness to this game. Or they give you blocks and stickers, and you play it as like a block war game, where you just stick on one side of these. So, you use one set of them, I believe. I haven't poured through the rules, but I'm pretty sure you only use one of those options. And the units are pretty cool. So you can see here, you've got your German infantry units, and they have an attack value, a defensive value, and a move value. And let's take a look at some Russians as well. But these are the cards. But if you look, these big giant counters, and I love these, and I'll probably use these, are the same. Everything's the same on them. They're just massive giant counters. They're pre-rounded. They punch really nicely. There's no edges on them. And then you put those out, or you can do the cards instead. It's entirely up to you what you choose to do. Everything else in the box is a bag of bags, these really nice blocks, and there are, in this one, there's 2d6 to play the game with and roll with, and then these markers, which I believe you will use those regardless of which mode you play with, but I say mode, it's not like the rules change depending on which counters you use. But from a mechanical standpoint, this game, there's a lot of pieces, this game is, you put your forces down blind, well, you know where they are, but you're trying to kind of hide your forces and you're going up against each other. It's fairly abstract, but that should make it fairly quick, and it reminds me a little bit of something like Stratego. I don't know, mechanically, this is more complicated than that. That one you're just sending guys forward, higher number wins, trying to find that their general. This has some values and some intrinsic, more wargamey aspect to it, but it's still a very, very fast-playing game. Less than an hour is fast for any game. And I'm hoping this one's an easy one to learn, nice little two-player game. There's a solitaire kind of mode, but this, to me, when you're playing like this, is a good two-player where you're having blind stuff that gives you the most out of it. But yeah, this is going to be a unique game for sure. Not sure when we'll get to play it again. That's the big question. But this is Stalingrad Besieged by Lou Pulsifer from Worthington. I'm excited to play this one if and when we get to it. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Alexander from theplayersaid.com.